Hey everyone, it's Fitz with the Walk and Talk. Heck no, I'm not going out in the cold to walk and talk. I'll sit right here in the comfort of the steel and pipe. What is this, room? Theater? Theater. They don't show movies here. Kansas State wins 41-0 over Houston. Stat of the season so far for Kansas State, my friend David Smale came up with this one by mathin', which is impressive for a journalist. Since falling behind Texas Tech a couple weeks ago down in Lubbock, 21-17, Kansas State has outscored its opponents 103-3. That is a blowout second half with Avery Johnson starring. That is a 41-3 victory over TCU and 41-0 today against Houston. And this game was about defense and Will Howard showing, I'm the boss around here. He was the boss today. Great stat line for Will. Let me pull it up here. 15 of 17, 164 yards, 2 TDs, had a long completion of 40 yards. He also ran 9 times for about 24 yards, but he had some effective runs early in the game that impacted it. It wasn't a good game for Avery Johnson. Came in, had a fumble exchange, and never really got into a groove. Did have a touchdown pass there in the fourth quarter to Seth Porter, one of my favorite guys on this team. He is 37 years old. Another great stat brought up by Cole Carmody was Seth Porter caught his first touchdown pass in his 6th year from a guy who was in 8th grade when he started his football career at K-State. There's just a huge age difference between Avery and Seth Porter. But really, the story of this game was Will Howard's outstanding play on the offensive side of the ball, leading this team, showing why he's the guy. And the defense was unbelievable. I mean, you look at Donovan Smith, he came into this game, he had been playing exceptionally well. He finished 13-28 with an interception and 88 yards of passing. Kansas State just dominated again. The time of possession, 34-25.5, 34.5 to 25.5. They had the ball 20 of the first half's 30 minutes as they just really, put the route on early, going in halftime 28-0. They were efficient. They were fun. And as I assumed, Houston looked like it wanted no business with 32 degrees, 35 degrees at kickoff. I think it maybe got into the 40s, but the wind was miserable. I'm telling you, those teams that come up from warm weather states and experience cold weather, at least for the first game of the season they do, they just don't want to hit. They don't want to compete. And that seems to be what we saw from this Houston team that had played Texas so well. Houston ends this game with 208 yards of offense. They converted 3 of 14 third downs and was 0-4 on fourth down. That's getting the opponent off the field. A really impressive win for Kansas State. And just kind of way this team is running to the ball defensively, terminating possessions, making big plays, tackling at a really high level right now. And then you flip it over to the offensive side of the ball where this offensive line is just blowing opponents off the ball. K-State only ran for 179 yards on 46 carries. DJ Giddens was dominant, 13 carries, 96 yards. They just are creating so many opportunities, and DJ Giddens just had one of those games where he just sifted through the defense and kept finding openings. I don't know what else to say about this game other than the fact that it was an impressive performance by Kansas State against a Houston team that had been feeling good about itself. They beat West Virginia. They get an off week. They change their defense up. They shock Texas with it and almost beat them. And then they come up here and just get clobbered, absolutely clobbered. And I don't know. I mean, I think they're just in over their head right now in the Big 12, but they also have some talent on that team that K-State completely neutralized. Well, K-State's now 6-2 on the season. They're 3-1 in the conference, 4-1 in the conference, as they head to Texas next week for an enormous game. If K-State wants to play in the Big 12 title game, they almost assuredly have to win that game. I mean, that's who they're going to be in a tiebreaker situation with, possibly. They both have one loss to this conference. The winner in this game has got a edge it, big time edge, because then you hand them a loss, and even if you end up tied, you still have the tiebreaker. So you would need the other team to lose 2 more games probably to get in there. So it's really all on the line next week at Texas. Our Cole Carmody and Zach Carlson will be down there, and Ryan Gilbert and I will have basketball in Las Vegas. But it's going to be a fun weekend of sports next week. Make sure you follow along at GoPowercat. This was the sit and chat. I'm not walking in weather. No. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'm begging you. That's it.